Hey folks, it's Connor from Honest Monster Jam Reviews, and today we've got a big old box from the land of VB longnecks and kangaroos. We're here in the beautiful New Zealand countryside. I've actually got a waterfall as a backdrop today. How good is that? I'm sitting in a field, massive tree trunk, lots of wasps around, so I'm trying to really make this non-hostile as I can. Today I'm going to be opening this box with my incredible band called the Red Light Runners. That's how sharp this music is, mate. It'll cut open cardboard like it's butter. Seriously people, the Red Light Runners are a great band. As you could imagine, we've got a pretty filled to the brim box of 164 Hot Wheels Monster Jam. Everything's pre-2015, I believe. Might be a couple of newer ones in there. But most of these are actually ones that I've been looking for a good amount of years now. So I've actually been able to tick off quite a few boxes from my hunt list. Majority of them being super important, like childhood stuff and all that kind of jazz. So pretty fortunate to be able to deal with the people that I deal with to get what I need. And yeah, thanks to Monster Truck Hustlers Australia on Facebook. Very good. Alright, I'm going to put this box down here for a second and we'll start going through it. Alright, lucky dip, what truck do we start with today? Alright, we start with this, I'm not quite sure on the year on most of these, but most of it's guesswork. I'd say this is probably it's going by the logos and stuff, I'd say this is probably a pre-2013, pre-2010, if even that, Scarlet Bandit. Alright, the next one we have this is a 2018, I believe, Predator. The only way I can tell is that with the flames on the side of the body here, as well as the updated Monster Jam logo and the BKT and Hot Wheels imprint on the tires. Alright, next one we have is this black and yellow Bounty Hunter. I'd say that's about a 2015 release. I recognize that logo anywhere. Our next truck here is Ice Cream Man. I've never owned this truck before, so it's definitely an easy add to the collection. Again, this is another 2015 release, somewhere around that point in time. But yeah, very unique casting for sure. This next one is going to be Spectra Flames Iron Outlaw. The beadlocks on the wheels are pretty faded on one side, so it easily must have been a display piece of some sort, but also that contradicts my statement with all this dirt on the wheels. So alright, the next one in this box we are going to pull out, it is going to be this backdraft truck. Not entirely sure. I'm just gonna say again, it's a rough estimate, 2015. I think we might have a few more backdraft trucks, although I'm not completely sold on my prediction because this box has been in storage for so long. I've just noticed something. Is that a crack? Is that a crack right along here? I wasn't sure it was all that possible. Alright, the next truck we have is the I call it the Rat Rod. The Rat Rod Hwmj. Pretty good nick, eh? Like, apart from maybe a couple of chips, but I don't strive for perfection here on this channel. Alright, this next truck is going to be a Then and Now Excalibur. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Is it a combo of leaf spring and a coil? Strange. Never really looked into it that much. Alright, the next truck that we have in this box here is going to be this Bad News Travels Fast. It's on the near ancient S10 pickup casting that I believe we first saw on the S10 Hwmj. Beautiful looking truck. What does that say? Bad news. Oh, makes sense. Awesome. Alright, next truck we have here is this ultra cool Instagram worthy stance car cambered out Scarlet Bandit. This casting here shares the casting with, I think it's Bounty Hunter. I don't think Iron Outlaw ever had this casting. We had Yu-Gi-Oh, Mind Blower, Chillin' Villain, and more. It's a very old casting, but it looks really cool. So I'm gonna definitely try and find more of these castings out on Facebook or eBay or something like that. Alright, the next truck that we have here is this black and green and white Screamin' Demon. I've been looking for this one for a while now. It's definitely been one of my chase pieces for a while. Just like how simple it looks really, and the color scheme is pretty good. Alright, so this next truck that we have is going to be Strano 199. I think this is the first time I've ever owned this truck as well. So, hey, there's a first for everything, right? Alright, so this is a definite childhood monster truck right here. Nana actually went to the shop and gave it to me as a surprise. Me and my brother used to get them all the time. Every time she went out, she'd pick one up for us, and this was my first ever Monster Jam Hot Wheels truck. Right, the next truck we have here is a Small Hubs Yu-Gi-Oh truck with the yellow logo. I'm not entirely sure what the yellow Monster Jam logo means, but I'm not entirely sure about, you know, all the technicalities and whatnot. So it's a good example of the casting used here. Next truck we have here is Titan. I'm not sure if this is a World Finals special paint scheme or not. The next truck we have here is the regular Iron Outlaw. This one is in great condition. I've never seen an Iron Outlaw truck in whatever scheme it is be in this good of a condition. It's so shiny I can see my forehead reflecting off the roof. I don't think I've ever had the means to say that about myself before, but hey. Alright, the next truck that we have here is this Bad News Travels Fast, another S10 casting. The body is the body is a plastic transparent S10 pickup with the chassis being a chrome plastic. I'm not entirely sure what this one was called, whether it was X-Ray or pre-2010 Shattered. Must have had an impact with something and shattered the paint on the bonnet. That wasn't funny. The next truck that we're going to pick out of here, we're almost halfway through the box. So, is this Blackout Team Hot Wheels. Absolutely one of the coolest trucks I've ever laid my hands on. What's special about these, I figured, is that the all these decals are etched, kind of like they're all raised on the body. The next truck we have here is the S10 Suzuki. I've never owned Suzuki, so pretty chuffed to pick this up, if I'm being honest with you. This is another S10 pickup casting. Used to be one of my favourite trucks as a child, just because it was yellow, no other reason. I'll try and get some of these axles fixed up. Some of them are bent, like you can tell with this Yu-Gi-Oh, and you can definitely tell with the Suzuki. The next truck we have here is Pure Adrenaline. I've never owned this truck, so any new truck to me is good for me. I just wonder, was it too technical of a process to continue or to start rather, the decal from wherever it's going to the front bumper? Because it stands out like an eyesore. Alright, the next truck we have is Airborne Ranger. Big difference being the paint scheme. I actually almost had trouble finding it in the box for a minute there because it was so hidden and undercover. That wasn't funny either. I've been looking for this variant as well on my hunt list. So I've got the regular Airborne Ranger and now the camo Airborne Ranger. This next one we have is the Small Hubs Scarlet Bandit. One with a completely different casting, completely different paint job on two of the same castings, yet one with big hubs and one with small hubs, and one with a front fascia paint job with the headlights and grille, and then one without. Alright, next truck we have is this big Kahuna. This big Kahuna truck, I believe, was a 2016 release. I remember they came out with one big Kahuna truck with this body casting at some stage. I think it was the final big Kahuna truck that Hot Wheels ever made with Monster Jam. Next one we have here is Soldier Fortune without the gun, and the yellow logo leads me to believe this was one of the last generations of trucks that they ever put out. The next truck that we have here is this 2015, I believe, or maybe slightly before, this Black Stallion. The graphics on these are horrible. I cannot lie to you. Like, you can see exactly what I'm seeing, and I'm pretty sure you would agree on me saying this, but these decals are absolutely trash. Like, did they commission Temu? The next truck we have here is this classic Prowler. I've never owned this variant of Prowler before. The ones that I had owned previously, or currently still do, are the more common ones. I'll put that up on the right side of the screen now. But this one here is definitely, I believe, a bit harder to find. Next truck we have is Special Delivery. I can say this now that the casting is probably the ugliest thing that Hot Wheels Monster Jam has ever put out. I would be limping like this too if I was the designer of this casting. Next truck we have here is this Raisin Cane. Definitely a more uncommon variant. Next truck we have is this Backdraft. Definitely a massive difference between the two backdrafts that we've pulled out of this box so far. The next truck out of this box we have is this Bounty Hunter. It looks different to what I've usually owned as what we know as Bounty Hunter. Something about it's different. Maybe it's the paint's a bit deeper. Not entirely sure. I swear the Bounty Hunters I've usually owned have something on the back end. The next truck we have here is this Blacksmith. This Blacksmith truck here I have been looking for literal years. So I am so glad to say that I have finally found a couple more of my hunt list trucks, I guess you could call it. This one here is, I think, one of two variants of Blacksmith. This one here has all these cartoonish looking sparks and flames and whatnot. And the other one, I'll put it on the left here now, is a completely black version of Blacksmith. No sparks, no flames, no fire, no nothing. I have more important things to worry about, like how am I going to fit another maybe 10 trucks on this bench here. I might take a couple off and replace them with what we've got left. So, alright, I kind of knocked some trucks from the bench. We might have a bit more space now. So, yeah. Let's continue on with this unboxing. This truck here we've got next is a Black Ops Soldier Fortune. Another recent release, because there's no gun. Of course, I should have mentioned that on the previous Soldier Fortune. The next truck we have here is this Graffiti Team Hot Wheels Firestorm. Definitely one of the most recent releases before, of course, the Hot Wheels and Monster Jam contract went through the paper shredder. Definitely one of my favorite Hot Wheels Firestorm paint schemes. The next truck we have is this Barbarian. I don't think I own this one. I don't think I've owned it previously, I should say. I might have one already. I kind of just picked and choose on what I think I might not have that I couldn't find anywhere else in order to make the purchase worth the shipping cost. So yeah, this is an easily, we got an advanced auto parts there, so it's around the 2013 mark, I'd say. Yeah, another backdraft truck. So that means we now have unboxed and looked at 3 different generations of the backdraft Monster Jam truck. Next up we have a King Crunch from the Then and Now series. So I have been pretty lucky to so far show you 2 Then and Now trucks from the same unboxing video. How lucky is that? So this one is King Crunch. Yeah, the axles are destroyed, so I'll have to get some more donor trucks and we will end up replacing the axles and wheels from these trucks. Alright, so the next truck we have here is Arachnophobia. Fun fact, my cousin, who's maybe about 5 or 6 years younger than me, he used to have this truck here, and after so long of me nagging him and my cousin's parents saying no, I actually ended up in possession of this exact same model until I decided to sell them all because I had lost interest. The next truck that we have here is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I'm not familiar with the character names or what have you, but this one is one I was looking for because I've got a mud tread design one, so I wasn't really happy with owning that one because I'm looking for the regular variants, like no mud treads, no color treads, no X-ray or anything like that. So pretty happy to have this one in my collection now. So the next truck we have is the Spectra Flames Scarlet Bandit. This was well before they started using beadlocks. They just painted the outer rim red. Pretty nice looking truck though, I can't lie to you. Next truck we have here is this Big Kahuna. So a couple of minutes ago I went back and said, oh my god, this pickup truck used to have the Titan body casting, and there we go. So I've got a visual reference for you. Oop, there's a hotline, man. If you need to use it, use it. So there you go. Oh, the hotline, man. Use it. Alright, we're finally down to the last 2 trucks of this unboxing video. I'm absolutely leaking monster trucks right now. We have is the red Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle truck. This has been a hunt list truck for the longest time. I cannot express to you how enthusiastic I am to having this truck back in my collection. After 10 plus years, I've finally got one. Let's go. It's Metal Militia, the gloss black variant. So I figured out that there's a matte variant and a gloss variant, so pretty chuffed with that. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my massive Australia haul video. I hope you enjoyed many things: the trucks, the commentary, the waterfall, the wasps that are looming over my head, the massive tree trunk, props to you for showing up, the massive field behind me, the ground, the box.